Hello, welcome. I am Kelly Hearn, and today we are talking all about how to advance your career, even when you're in a job you hate, maybe especially when you're in a job you hate. So, again, I am Kelly Hearn with Transitional Leadership, and you are on the channel where we help individuals and businesses implement leadership and career skill development to foster an even greater impact. All right, today we are being selfish. Today we are talking all about you and what you can do when you are in one of those painful seasons of life where you are just in a job that you hate, you don't want to be in anymore. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you have a toxic culture or a toxic boss. Maybe you are struggling because you just don't like the type of work that you're doing. Maybe something has changed in the company or in the expectations. There could be all sorts of different reasons for it. But the bottom line is if you are in a job that you are dreading getting up for, if you're in a job that just doesn't feel like you anymore, or you know you need to get out for whatever reason, there are things that you can do to improve your situation. And the blog post this week tells a little bit about my story and when I was in a season like that. And it also gives tips on how you can shift that to potentially improve the role that you're in or the position that you're in. Now, all of that is well and good, but sometimes we just know that this isn't the spot. This isn't the place. This isn't what I'm meant to be doing or where I'm meant to be working. And this video is for those people. This video is for the people who are like, look, that's all well and good. Maybe I could make a better situation in the role that I'm in, but I don't want to. I'm over it. So I'm talking to you right now. What I want you to do is, first of all, go back and at least take in the beginning of the blog because I want you to understand that you're not alone, that this happens to so many of us, and it's not the end of your career, your productivity. There are things that you can do. There are two steps in particular that are outlined really well in the blog that I want you to really connect with and maybe do a journaling exercise, maybe walk through them in your commute. But I want you to think through that. And those are understanding what it is that is making you hate your job, because it is more than just one thing, I promise you. And so, really taking actionable inventory on what it is that is so painful or so terrible that you are hating it. The next step after that is to turn those into things that you want. I give all kinds of examples in the blog, so definitely click the link below and check those out because I do need you to do those two first steps. Why are you hating the job? And what are you actually looking for? What do you want? So many people just stay in that realm of what do I hate? What is the problem? Because people with problems love to talk about their problems. And it takes a special sort of investment to take that next step into what are we going to do about it? What do I actually want to have instead of just what do I not want? All right, so once you have done those two things and you understand what you want in a role, what you want in a position, then I want you to go one step further to consider who do I need to be in that role? Who do I need to be successful in that role? Now, that sounds really introspective. And for you, maybe it might be. It might be, that there are some internal things that you need to work on, like a mindset or, an ability to invest in yourself that you need to work through. But what I'm thinking about right now are skills or specific tactics that you can be looking toward. So perhaps you know that in your next role, you want to have clear working hours and you need to have very good boundaries around what that would look like for you. You know, you want to be able to pick up your kids after school or whatever the case may be. And so you need to have really solid boundaries and the ability to communicate those boundaries. Well, guess what you're going to do? You're going to practice that skill now. You're going to practice that skill in this job that you don't like, in this job that's so painful that you're really only have up to go from here, right? Work on how you would structure that communication. Work on how you would have that conversation with your boss, with your peers, with whomever you need to get what you need. You may not get it in this job. You may know full well that there is no way your boss is saying yes to this, but it gives you the opportunity to play in the sandbox, to work on whatever skills you need to work on so that when you get to that next role, you are better equipped to have those conversations to get the boundaries that you need because we all have to put in the reps to be able to gain the muscle and do the work, right? Maybe it's not boundaries. Maybe it isn't something as internal as that. Maybe it's pay. Maybe there is a specific dollar figure that you are looking to get to, or a specific range that you want to get to. Start figuring out how to structure those conversations, how to request a raise, how to negotiate pay. There's a lot to that. It is a process of understanding what you bring, what you can offer, and how you can deliver on those things that would result in the pay raise. Again, you might not get the pay raise now. You might know full well that this isn't the role because it's never going to pay you what you want to make. That doesn't mean that you can't practice the skill of negotiating that pay for when you get the opportunity to have that conversation in a different job or when you're interviewing for a different job and you can actually have that conversation with confidence because you've done it so often and so well in the role that you're in now. Maybe as you're going through the exercise, you find out that you need to do something vastly different from what you're doing right now. Let's say, for example, you're a customer service rep and you just want to get off the phones. You don't want to be talking to people all day long. You would love to do something creative. Fantastic. It's so wonderful that you could understand that you don't want to do this type of work. You don't want to be talking to angry customers. You transformed it into what you do want to do or what you do want to get out of a different job. Now, what skills do you need to get you to that point? Likely, there are skills that would get you into a more creative position that you don't have yet. So, what can you do now to start building those skills or start working toward those certifications or degrees or develop that portfolio of projects that says you have worked on this stuff? Right now, when you are in this position where you hate your job and you just want to move on to the next thing, that is a fantastic motivator to treat this time as paid training for what you need to do in that next role. I want to give you one more example because you know it is at my heart. In any role that you move into, in any next step that you're going to take, you will need the ability to influence and lead people. Even if it's not a people leader position, even if the job you hate is supervising and you want to move into an individual contributor spot, that's great. You still need to learn how to influence. Take this opportunity to focus your mind, focus your time, and put energy into developing the skills of influence. You can do that by sticking around on this channel. You can do that by investing in yourself through programs, through coaching, so that you are gaining the skills now in this sandbox, in this season of what do I have to lose? I'm just clocking in every day. I don't care about the work that I'm doing. Channel every other bit of your motivation and your effort into building the skills and the techniques that you need that will carry you forward in any next role that you move into. All right, that is it for today. I want to challenge you to actually go out and do this work today. Grab your notebook, do the work, figure out what it is that you don't want anymore, why you hate the job that you're in, what you do want in your next role, or potentially what you could get out of the role that you're in, and start practicing the skills today. If you gained something from this video, I want you to like it and share it so that we can get the word out to more people. And until next time, I just hope that you keep on influencing and building a greater impact.